Hello, welcome back to the Bike Ninja channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some more trails out here in Rawdon, Quebec. So last year I was able to check out this trail here called La Tinsco. And if you check out my feed and scroll down a bit, you'll see it right here. So if you want to see what that trail is all about, then go ahead and check out that video. So last year I didn't really get a chance to check out the northern section of that trail system. So I thought I'd head back up to check this one off the list. So I left directions to get to Rawdon Quebec in the previous video. So to get to the northern trail system for first timers, I would suggest going to the parking right here. So it's basically just a little cul-de-sac in some of the side roads in this neighborhood here. And this area is called the Sunny Hill Trailhead area. And it's where we're gonna start our ride today. So I didn't have super high expectations going into this trail network. It looked like it predominantly was going to be like double track bush trails kind of style, which there is some of that in there, but there's actually some pretty good trail riding to be had too. A mix of single track, a few stunts, a few scenic spots, and some uphills and downhills along the way. So since I'm an Ottawa-Gatineau guy, question is it worth checking out? Is it worth making the drive out? I think if you're going to be out this way, it's definitely worth it, but I don't think it's worth it compared to some of the other venues in the Laurentians. It's probably a good little loop for the locals, and I think if you're coming from the Montreal area, since it's not that far, I think it would be definitely worth checking out. So I'm not going to go too much into the specifics of the topography and the elevation changes at this point in the video. I'll add some commentary throughout explaining the direction of flow and what to expect in terms of climbs and downhills and things like that. One thing that I will mention is that even at this time of year, it was early June, it was still pretty muddy. So it seems like an area that holds quite a bit of moisture. So it seems like the best time would be to wait further in the summer to let things dry out. I was talking to some people and they said it gets fairly dry. Also, as I will explain further in the video, I feel the trail flow and the trail design is probably better suited to an e-bike or someone who's strong on XC riding. Some of the grading on the climbs is a little steep, but you can still do it on a normal mountain bike or an analog bike and still have fun. It's just kind of how I feel was best suited for. So yeah, I think the best thing to do now is to get going and see what this trail system is all about. If you start at the Sunny Hill area, it starts out with a pretty heavy duty climb. It's about 150 foot. It's nothing too crazy, but it's just expect a little bit of a haul to get up to the kind of start of some of the other trails there. So yeah, let's go check this out. All right, so it's a nice bluebird day out. This is Tournée de Cantons, and I've been wanting to check this one off the list for a while now. It's a little wet down here. I have to admit, I don't have the highest expectations. I think it's probably just going to be more of a bush trail, but you never know. I like to try stuff out because sometimes there's hidden gems. So she's a little sloggy down here. I think this probably starts off with a climb, and yeah, see how this goes. Thought I'd come out here on a Sunday and see what's up. That's kind of tough. Smell a nice wood fire in the background. It's nice. Starting off here with a big old climb. Woo! Good way to start your day. So far it's really soft and mushy too. Power transfer isn't too good. All right, so just at the first junction here, it's a little trail called P'tite Virée. It's gonna go down, it's gonna come up a bit further. I'll go try it out. It looks like this is gonna be all double track like this. Mostly kind of like, I call them like four-wheeler trails or 4x4 trails. But I think it gets a little nicer when it gets into the pines later on. So that's kind of what I came here for. But anyway, I'm gonna go try this little side trail out here. So the first side trail I wanted to do here was called La P'tite Virée, and it starts off with pretty much a downhill that knocks off about 70 foot or so not quite the full length of the climb. And there's a small little climb back up. It's actually not that bad, and then once you get to the top, it's pretty chill. It's kind of plateaus and then brings you back to the trailhead here. It's really wet. Hate riding in the wet. Must have rained recently. There you go. Right on. I've edited this just for the sake of time. This is actually a pretty nice long downhill. Yeah, just for what it's worth. Only thing is, what goes down must go up. So it's going to be a huge climb after this. I'm not really looking forward to. Starting off like right about now. Yeah. Alright, so now we gotta go back up. Right. So I think to save on battery, this is just a big climb back up, double track. I'm gonna shut her off and fire it back up when I'm up there. Okay. Whew. Got warmed up. So still on the P'tite Virée, a little flat section here. Said I'd a little bit of footage of it. There's a little pond there off to the left. It's cute. Looks like we'll probably be climbing again there soon. It's actually not a bad little trail. If you're with kids or more novice riders, I think it would be probably a good trail for them. But if I was ever to come back here, I'd probably just skip this one, just save the energy. Yeah, starting to climb now. All right. Some bridge work. Yeah, it seems like another little climb coming up. A waterfall climb. See if I can spend a bunch of energy here. Yeah, cool. And we're back on the main trail. Okay, so, all right. Alright, so the tail end of La P'tite Virée comes out right to the trailhead for La Cordiale Sud. Now we're going to go and check that one out, La Cordiale Sud. I gotta check my map. Alright, so I'm good. You come out of La P'tite Virée, and this is a Black Diamond Trail, La Cordiale Sud. And this is a trail I want to take to get out further. So, just a matter of staying straight on straight and narrow here, continuing out. That's cool. Okay, I see some bike treads there. Yeah, the Cordiale. Okay, they have it marked as blue. That's cool. Looks like there's a bunch of single track, but I don't think this is. Yeah, these aren't biking trails. I don't see any tracks in them. So I'll probably just, I don't know. Hard to really tell what's what. Probably just stay on the main trails here. That Trail Forks has indicated. So they got a map here. A lot of this stuff is for snowshoeing. But I'm gonna stay on the main trails. So yeah, I'll just continue on. So I see some bike tread marks here. So it just seems like this would be the way to go. One thing is that it's a lot of bugs. Definitely bring your bug spray. My back tire is definitely get worn. Time for a new tire. Okay. Cordiale, let's just continue. See some bike treads. It's kind of my rule now. Always follow the bike treads. Tire marks. Nice. Right on. Okay, it's pretty good little trail here. Wet nights. Yeah, this is okay. It's not bad. A little more mountain bike oriented. It's really wet out. Okay. Trying to see if this is a directional trail or what. Just see the trail forks. Oh yeah. All right, on. No dabs. Oh, that's a big climb. It's a big climb here. Get the steam. Cadence up. Whew. It's tough. Oh man. That'll wake you up. All right. Whew, muddy. Very muddy. Oh, that's awesome. Nice little, oh, it's a roller. Okay. Roller drop. Looks like you definitely want to get enough speed on this one. Yeah, not bad. Oh, yeah, not bad. Go faster. So the mountain is just off to the right, and this kind of winds along the side of it there, the base, kind of the side, and so it provides like a little bit of flow. It's a nice nice swamp to the side, to the left right now. I don't know if that comes across, but yeah, probably see it better in there. Oh, it's quite a big swamp, big lake. Oh, that's cool. Got little seats. Right on. Take a little break. Sweet. All right, so we're just continuing on. It's like a little climb up ahead. So I've done quite a bit of editing for this one. If you look here on the topos, it has quite a bit of ups and downs. So expect a pretty cool challenge all along this trail. So I didn't take it in the reverse direction, but to me it would run good both ways. Oh, big climb. Big climb. So, just continues. Not so bad. So we're still on La Cordiale, and split coming up. Okay. Yeah, looks like it's the way to go. Nice. Yeah. Cool. So we got another little junction here. I'm just gonna check my map and see where we need to go. Looks like it would be that way. Okay, cool. So when you come to this field section, you just you hang it right to continue on the Cordiale. There should be another junction ahead that we'll take when we come back as a reverse direction. So I'm kind of glad I've taken in the right sense or the right direction, so it's gonna be cool. Got some streams on the other side. It's nice. This is pretty good flow here. It's got a bench, and then you hang a right here on Doc Charette. All right, so right around here, we get into what looks like they're calling the tail end of Doc Charette. And it's just basically very similar to La Cordiale, same sort of topography and type of trail. It's got a lot of little ups and downs, with the first part being slightly downhill bias, brings you down a little bit. There's a little bit of an uphill towards the midway point, and then there's a fairly directionally biased downhill towards the end of it that brings you down to the road and then into Austin Acres. Well, we'll take a look at this part and talk about it a little bit later. And here, that's the way to go. Oh yeah, some berms going. So when you come into Doc Charette, there's a set of berms here, and if you stay on the berms, that'll bring you back down to La Cordiale. So that's what you want to do, that's cool, but we want to stay on that Doc Charette, so you stay to the right, as I will demonstrate. Basically just going right here, and then right here, and that keeps you on Doc Charette, and we'll just continue on. Oh, massive climb. Massive, rooty, crazy climb. Well, that's interesting. So we want to stay here. Just getting a little rooty. Off camber roots. Not my thing. If I remember from Trail Forks, there should be a little bit of a downhill section here. A little greasy. Okay, a little up. This is actually a fairly nice trail. I was expecting more of a four-wheeler trail, but this is pretty mountain bikey. Looks like we're staying here. Yeah, Doc Charette. Okay. Oh, shit, that's greasy. Oh! Just kind of taking my time, kind of far in the bush here. Don't want to get hurt. Nice. That's cool. Yeah. Alright. So I don't know about coming back. Yeah, it's real greasy. It's like coming back, we're gonna have to go up all this. I'll have to look forward to that. Must have rained here. Definitely has that post-rain feeling. But wouldn't hurt if I had some riding in the wet. Practice braking modulation, not to pull the brakes too hard, stuff like that. I never ride in the wet, so nice little ridge, nice little stream. Keep it rolling. This section is longer than I thought. Just gonna check my map, see where we are. Yeah, almost there. Yeah, it had me scared for a second. My GPS waypoint was like out in the middle of the bush, off trail. Had to upload or reload. Jeez. It's like, uh-oh. The nasty rooty section here. My cadence up, luckily I'm warmed up. Ooh. Nasty little climb. Nasty little climb. I think I'm gonna walk that one. Now we're going down the downside. All right, so if we take a look at where we are right now, we're right around here, just before the big downhill. So let's switch to our topos to get a better view of what that looks like. So this downhill basically goes right down to the road. And then once you hit Austin Acres, you're kind of going down a little bit more again to about 194 meters. So all in total, it's about a 200-foot descent. And so the reason why I'm showing this is it's just kind of important to keep in mind for the trip back, and also for the fact, as we'll see in the video, that the downhill section here, although it's marked as both directions, it's definitely more conducive to going down than up. So the grading's a little bit too steep in some sections, you know, to make climbing more comfortable. Now that's providing you don't have an e-bike or are like super into XC and challenging climbs. I'd like to see a little more work put into the section with like switchbacks, you know, better grading, just to make the return trip a little bit easier, because you have to remember you are going all the way out on Austin Acres. You got to come all the way back. And then so if you're on an analog bike, that climb could be just a little bit more efficient and designed just a little bit better. I think this would help the overall flow of the entire network. And yeah. Damn, man, it's gonna be a slog and a half. You can see the road just off to the right. There we go. All right, sweet. Both ways. All right, so now we're coming into the Austin Acres trail segment right here, and it's a cool little section of trail. You start off with, as mentioned previously, a fairly downhill bias here, brings you down into the valley, and then brings us to this cool little pine section right here, and you go through that, and then the tail end of it is it's a pretty chill and shallow, somewhat flowy downhill section all the way down to the bridge, and then the return trip is pretty kosher. Just aside from just kind of a little punchy sandy climb right here about the middle or on the back section. Okay, then there's kind of a steep sandy climb right around here. And the last part is pretty shallow, so it's no big deal. Again, some of the sandy climbs would be a little bit better on an e-bike, but definitely doable on an analog bike. You just got to work a little bit harder. And yeah, so that's Austin Acres. Let's go check it out. Okay, so let's continue here. So now we're onto the Austin Acres section. There's a woodbridge here. There we go. It's right here. Wet. Nice. All right, that's fun. Woo! Woo! Yeah. It's fruity business. Pedal the dope. That's a nice little section, really nice. Going back up won't be too bad either. this way here. I see bike marks, bike tread marks. So, oh, fast! That is fast. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this way. Oh, that's sweet. Sick little pine forest. That's cool. Some pretty old growth pines here. This is very La Rose Forest-esque. You got like a little hill up ahead and then a little downhill and then comes out somewhere. Oh, nice. Woo. Cool. So that's another pretty good section, good flow. But again, kind of not sure how this is going to work going back. Just the amount of climbs, it's pretty steep climbs there. I'm kind of looking for a road. This comes out on a road somewhere. It's like sand pits. Not quite sure, feeling it out. Yeah, that's probably it. It's like the end of it. Okay. So then this goes, seems like it would go down. So I think if you follow trail forks and this continues down and hits the road, yeah, this goes all the way down. What the hell? Let me go check it out. That's what I came out here for. Oh, nice. Right on. Sick. Yeah, that's cool. Bridge here. All right, so that brings us right around here at the bottom of the valley, and there's a small climb just up to the road, and then you can hit the road and head on over to this place right here called La Crête. Now, the only thing is that the only trailhead I could find was closed off, kind of showing that it was only for fat biking. So I'm not too sure what the situation with this one is, if you're allowed to go on it in the summer or not. If anybody knows, leave a comment. Actually, it looks like a pretty good loop. You're climbing about 150 foot and then be nice downhill afterwards. So it's too bad. I wanted to check that one out, but if it is only for fat biking, then make sure not to go on it. So also, if you have the legs for it, or if you have an e-bike, you could actually head on over to La Tinsco and check this one out to make a super big loop. So I wasn't going to do that. I checked it out last year already. So I just turned around and started heading all the way back. In the next video clip, we're going to be right around here at the intersection of La Doc Charette and La Cordiale, and we're going to be taking La Cordiale Nord. So the next clip, we'll be checking that out and seeing what that's all about. All right, so I just slogged back up the mountain, and now I'm back at the where all the berms are, and I'm just going to hang a right this time, and that brings us back to Cordiale Nord, and I'm going to take that to loop back to get back to the parking. So we'll see what this is about. I think there's a little bit of a climb first, and then kind of the rest of it should be back down the mountain. So yeah, let's go check it out. Might have to check my map here, see what's up. Maybe I'll just continue on. Nice. Oh, maybe I'm going the wrong way. Shoot. So this section of trail is right around, it's probably easier seeing looking at it on the topo. So right around here. Now, if we zoom out and we take a look at the trail in general, when you're past that section, it's pretty much a long climb all the way up to the top. It's not that steep or difficult. It's just kind of long. There are a few little punchier sections, but overall not that bad. So one thing to note is that there is a stunt down in this area right here, but that's directionally going the other way. So if you were to take this as a downhill, then that's something that you'd be able to hit. So even though I'm using this as a climbing trail, I'll show what that feature looks like anyway. But yeah, the trail was pretty muddy, unfortunately. But I think later on in the summer when it dries up, I think it would be cool to do this in kind of the opposite direction as a long downhill. I think that would be pretty fun. And then you could obviously hit that feature at the end. So the idea would be you'd have two options. You could either do La Cordiale Nord as a downhill to get out to La Doc Charette and then Austin Acres, etc. Or there's always La Cordiale Sud, which is more of a real multi-directional trail. So I think that's important to know. It gives you two different options. Now, the only thing where it gets a little complicated is if we look at La Tuque, it's sort of an uphill bias trail. If you did want to get to the top of La Cordiale Nord to rip it as a downhill. So there is a little bit of a pain reward scenario to get to the top of La Cordiale Nord. And also the issue is there's some sections on La Tuque that could be considered kind of unidirectional. There's a big slab around the middle area that's super fun to come down, but then might be a little bit tough to ride up. So yeah, there's some issues with like direction of flow to make things kind of more efficient and easy to get around. But yeah, it's nothing you can't work with. Yeah, so with that having been said, let's go finish checking out La Cordiale Nord. All right, so I'm gonna pick this little Check this little drop out here. This is greasy. Sweet. Yeah, it's cool. This way. Ooh, that's slick. Is this just double track or what? Huh. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I should mention too that this segment of trail has been highly edited, so this double track section is actually pretty long. It's definitely uphill biased if you're taking in this direction, but it does have some ups and downs along the way. Roll. Ready? All right. So, zoom in here. Yeah. Woo! Shit. It's a big old climb. Yeah, this is... I'm not gonna bother with that. So in the next clip, we're gonna be here at the intersection of La Cordiale Nord and La Tuque. I didn't end up doing La Tuque, I just skipped it. I skipped all these. I was talking to somebody, apparently they're pretty muddy. So I had seen kind of what I wanted to see. I was ready to go. So I just hung a left on La Tuque. And like I explained earlier, that's a fairly downhill biased trail with a few small ups and downs along the way. And then that brings you down to Richard Grant, which obviously is a pretty big downhill. We had to climb it at the beginning. It's about 150 foot downhill, so that was kind of fun to finish off with that, and that brought us right back to the parking lot. So with that, let's go check that out to finish off the ride. All right, so we're just coming up to the intersection here. So you have tuque going that way, going that way. I'm just gonna head back to the parking. I've pretty much had enough of this place. As you can see, we're kind of almost into June, and it's still got quite a bit of mud. I guess it rained a lot here. I was talking to somebody and they said that it dries up really further in the summer and it's just no mud at all. So I'm going to head this way and finish up this ride, and hopefully there's not a lot of mud left, and I think this is kind of predominantly downhill as well. I'm kind of going back down the mountain. Gotta fling all that mud off. Oh, could have jumped that rock. Right. Okay. Woo. This is fun. Oh yeah, that's cool. Nice. Oh, climbing. Wow, this is it's quite a climb. Problem is the ground is so freaking soft. You still get any power transfer. Trail braid, but I just hate mud. Nice slab. Wow. Yeah, beauty. It's actually a pretty nice slab here. Pretty big. Not too steep. Let's go give it another rip. It's pretty fun. Yeah, so this is the Richard Grant section of trail, so it's that huge climb that we had to do at the beginning. So if you are doing it in this direction, it's pretty cool to be able to finish off on this kind of nice downhill to get back to the parking lot. It's pretty wide open, it's pretty fast. It's just an all-around, generally fun rip to finish off on. Nice and muddy to come out. So that was it. Tournée de Cantons. So that wraps up another ride. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more. I'll have some more stuff coming throughout the summer. On to Beck, your source for high quality mountain bike and motocross content exclusively in Ontario and Quebec. Check it out today.